in their own home, so that they can be as safe as possible.
I just sit here, I almost get cringe just thinking about it. What would we do? What would my daughter and I, in this instance, do if there's a fire? Other than scooping her up. I mean, at age 5, but for parents that are going through that with children of all ages, they need to share it with them, get them on the common plan.
Yes.
This is so critical to think through.
Right, and to walk your children through it too.
Right.
You know, I even have a fire drill here where all my staff knows where the meeting location is outside.
Right,
So if anything happens, we have a certain designated place so we can count heads and make sure everybody's safe. And yes, you should do that with your child.
Right.
Even as young as 5, you know, they can learn some of the safety tips.
This is so important. Again, 477-0020. If a viewer, whether they can make a donation or even give their time just to get some practical skills, going on the website, there's a lot of great information there, links to a multitude of resources, as well as just learning about the 3 counties and places they can go during disasters. There's more than just fires and hurricanes. What are some of the other things that viewers may not think about, that we all may not think about, that the Red Cross is really making a difference in?
Well, you know, there could be tornadoes, floods, man-made disasters, some sort of terrorism or biohazards. We respond and help when there are major forest fires, and we assist the fire response or emergency response personnel. We work very, very closely with the county emergency preparedness folks, so they know that they can call on us for providing canteen services, making sure the emergency response folks are fed and have drinks when they're out there. Search and rescue operations, you know, boaters in our area lots of times.
Right.
So a lot of different areas. And working with the military is real high on our priority too. Of course, 126 years ago when the American Red Cross was founded, it basically was founded because of the need for assisting the military. And we continue to consider that a high priority today.
Well, we know there's clearly financial needs, Angela. Are there other needs? Would you have, can folks make gifts in kind? Can they give of their time? What are some of the volunteer needs? Someone doesn't have funds, if they don't have staples or clothes or otherwise that they can donate. What are some time needs that folks could give if they've got a little time in the day? What are some things they could do? Do they have to be overly mobile? Can they sit in an office? Can they get on the telephone? What are some things that our viewers right now could do to help?
Right. We man our front office every day with volunteers.
Okay.
And so that's one area. There are many different kinds of volunteer opportunities, anywhere from manning the telephone, booking classes, CPR first aid classes, to going out and being more active with the disaster action teams. But a lot of information's on our website. We're always recruiting volunteers and would love to hear from anyone that would be interested in learning more about the volunteerism at the Red Cross.
And if someone picked up the phone this morning right now, 7:25 or so, and called, they could leave a message if someone didn't hear.
Yes, we have 24-hour phone service. Our regular hours are 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Okay, so they could even wait till 8 and call and say, here, I've got 2 hours on Wednesdays, or 2 hours on Thursdays, or 3 hours on Friday mornings. I'd like to give you some time. And you can think of something that they can do. Well,
we have a volunteer coordinator that will sit down with a new person and go over all the opportunities and get the paperwork filled out. And we definitely, you know, flexible schedules are wonderful. Some people just have a few hours a week, and we try to work that in for them.
Right. Okay. Great, Angela. You know, of course, you mentioned the blood component, and that has a tie-in. That's a different location. Is that correct?
That's correct, but of course it's all under the same Red Cross umbrella, so we work closely with the blood services. But, you know, especially at this time of the year, there is a higher need for blood donations because of the holidays and a lot of travel, and so we always want people to consider going into making an appointment and coming in to donate blood.
Okay, very important. You mentioned the 185 families since the first of the year. You've also got some other facts and figures there. Can you share? We've got 7 or 8 minutes. Of course, we want to talk about the Christmas Day dinner and some of the basics there for viewers, the timing and otherwise, to make sure they know about it. But some of the facts and figures there, if you don't mind sharing some of the significant figures there for families.
Sure, I'd love to. One of the things that's significant this year is that we do see a rise in the number of children who have been involved in home fires. And every Christmas we accept new donated toys like some of the ones that you've seen here today.
Right, yeah.
And
right
we invite the fire families back in because obviously it's really hard to get back to normal, and the families have lost a lot. So we do accept donated toys, and we have 44 more children this year than we had last year. So in the three-county area, we're looking at 282 children
that have been impacted by fire since the first of the year, just in the last 11 and a half months. Wow.
Yes. So that's, when you think about that, that's a lot of children in our area that have lived through a major disaster in their own home. So we do, and since January 1st also, we've spent over $108,000 assisting the fire families. So it adds up pretty quickly, and that's why we have to ask for the donations, year-round to come in. But on the Christmas Day dinner, we definitely want people to come out, and enjoy that. And First Presbyterian's hours are 1 to 4 p.m.
Okay, 1 to 4.
And then Blaine United and Trinity United Methodist hours are 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
And that's if you want to sit down at the church and network and feel the warmth and share the holiday season with the other folks there at the church. Otherwise, you can call in and get on the delivery list.
Okay, absolutely. And you said there's a multitude of groups that are helping to handle delivery, but at the same time, there's just individuals involved in delivering as well.
A host of volunteers, and some of these people have come out year after year after year. Janice Ash Soliano heads this up.
Yes, Janice is amazing. Yes.
She's helped found it. She did, right after Hugo, Hurricane
Hugo. And her
Hugo.
daughter's been involved as well,
Carmen.
and probably her whole family involved.
Yes, husband Skip, daughter Carmen, Janice, they work around the clock, for weeks and weeks getting ready for this. And
that's amazing.
Coordinating volunteers. And Mark Robicki is a chef and wonderful up at the Sheridan Holiday Inn Convention Center. I mean, not Holiday Inn.
The Convention Center Hotel, yes.
The Sheridan Hotel. Yeah. They allow us to use their kitchen facilities.
Unbelievable.
Because 3,000 pounds of turkey.
3,000 turkeys?
3,000 pounds of
turkey.
Right.
Yeah,
it's still a lot of turkeys.
Yeah, that is.
So imagine cooking all that. But
that's amazing.
The volunteers have a great time getting ready and just sharing that holiday.
And Mark Robicki there has been doing that year after year, much like Janice.
Yes.
And her commitment there, of course.
And even though he's moved away, he comes back. He takes his vacation and comes back to Myrtle Beach.
Is that right? He no longer lives here in the area.
He lives in North Carolina, but he takes a vacation to come back to do that cooking and coordinate all of that. So.
That is tremendous. And, of course, First Presbyterian Church has been a home location for that for many years.
Yes.
Blaine was added on, and as you said, Trinity United Methodist Church there in Andrews this year. And, of course, but this is for folks. Meals can be provided on the mobile side. Anyone in the three-county area, is that right? I mean, virtually anyone. Sure.
And it's not just for the homeless, although, that's a big part of it, but also there are a lot of widows and widowers out there who have no one else to spend Christmas with.
Right.
And it's the kind of dinner where you're welcome to come in and sit down and have a great holiday meal.
And if folks are looking for that or they don't know where the three churches are located, can they call this office to find out?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. 843-477-0020.
Right.
That's wonderful. It is so important to get folks in this office to see. Anything else from the Christmas Day dinner that you want to make sure folks know about?
Well, Janice and the volunteers will also accept coats and gloves and caps, and there are people that come in every year and they need those things, so we do accept those types of donations to have at the churches for people to pick up.
That's great, absolutely. Not only to pick up a great meal, but also pick up some clothing of some sort to be able to leave a little warmer.
Right, and at this time of the year,
very
you need to be sure everybody's warm.
A day like today on a Wednesday morning where it is very chilly outside, absolutely. You think for yourself, Angela, having not worked in a nonprofit environment, but volunteered a lot of your life in a nonprofit environment, really wrapping around it. What is it particularly about the Red Cross now that got you to make that move over here? And of course, the Coastal South Carolina chapter has even had quite a bit of changes and improvements over the over your tenure here now as the Chief Executive Officer.
Right. I started out with the Horry County chapter, and then
Right.
we merged with Georgetown to
Right.
combine the three county chapters. And we work regionally also with the PD chapter. But I think it's the mission of the Red Cross and the reputation and the fact that we do have a 126-year history of serving the public. And, you know, we're very open and honest and ready to provide services around the clock. And I was asked recently, what do you do when you run out of money? Can you not just turn people away? And absolutely not. We would never turn anyone away that qualifies for our services. We will actually go out and borrow money from a bank if we have to. We don't like to do that, you know, but there are times when we have had to do that. And we really, that's just our mission. You know, if you need the services of the Red Cross will be there. And I think that's what helped me make that change. It's just a wonderful mission. Great way to make a living.
That's great. Those are great words. Thank you, Angela, for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Angela Nicholas, the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal South Carolina chapter of the American Red Cross. We're talking about the 19th annual Red Cross Christmas Day dinner. Two critical things that Angela wanted to share. One was that it's Christmas Day. Christmas Day. The other is a four-letter word, simple word. We all know it, free. F-R-E-E. A real opportunity to get out there, be with others. If you're needy of company, if you need to be with somebody, or if you're homeless or otherwise, think about this. 1 to 4 at First Presbyterian Church on Christmas Day. 1 to 3 at Blaine United Methodist Church, and 1 to 3 at Trinity United Methodist Church in Andrews. A real opportunity to be around others in what's oftentimes a very difficult day for a lot of people, as their memories are of loved ones they can't be with. And obviously for folks who just don't have a home and may need a jacket, you heard Angela say it. If you've got a jacket, you can drop some off right here on Pampas Drive in Myrtle Beach or their Georgetown location. Take the time. Pick up the phone, 843-477-0020 or coastalscarc.org. coastalscarc.org. A great website, a lot of information. They still need money. We've got 2 weeks from yesterday. They need some donations. Pick up the phone, get your credit card out, give it over the phone, send a check in here to Pampas Drive, or just pop on by and drop something off. They need your help. Be a part of the Christmas Day dinner celebration, the 19th annual one at that. Angela Nicholas.